I wanted to watch the episode on the East Coast time yesterday. And this wasn't available at the beginning of the season, but now Sling.com, who are not sponsoring us, but I signed up for them. It's $20 a month, but you get a bunch of different channels. And it was great. And I watched it, at 6 p.m. Pacific time.
I've got to do that.
So check it out.
I'm signing up for that because that's
it was a 7-day free trial, and now I'm going to cancel. But maybe I'll sign back up again next year because it's the end of the season. Yeah. I don't want to watch
Sling.com. You did not hear that.
I know that you could tell for sure they're not our sponsors.
But we just gave them a nice plug.
Yeah, and I might sign back up again.
Yes.
Okay, a couple of announcements before we get started. If you hate announcements, just go ahead and skip to the next section. But the first one is we're finally rolling out this podcast network. And it's called Podcastica, which is a name I thought of a while back and haven't said out loud, but there it is. So it's a network of podcasts. We're starting with 3, Walking Dead cast, Under the Comic Covers, and our new Game of Thrones podcast, Game of Microphones.
Yay.
If you go to podcastica.com, you'll see a bare bones site, but more will be added over time. The idea is that they're just fun, quality podcasts that are about things that we generally like, well-produced. You know what we do. Just more of that.
What we do. Just more.
And maybe, eventually it will be different kinds of things. Because I love storytelling podcasts.
Yeah.
And, maybe we can bring on people who do different kinds of things, not just like reviewing TV shows and stuff like that. But
nice.
We'll see. A second announcement. You may have heard, have officially named the spinoff. It's called Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so Karen has said she doesn't want to do the podcast for that one because she hates it. She hates us. No, I'm just kidding.
I already hate it, and I've never seen an episode. Kidding.
No. You can. Come on. We got to take breaks every once in a while. So, what we're going to do is, I'm really pleased with, the alternative. If we have to do something else, this is pretty damn great. We're going to have as co-host. I'm going to be on it, and Melissa Hutchison, who does Clementine.
The voice of Clementine.
And people seem to have enjoyed her when she's come on with us. I know I have.
She's fabulous.
She's awesome. And then our friend Duncan, who was co-host a couple weeks ago.
Yes,
so it's going to be the 3 of us. Melissa and Duncan are pretty good friends, and I think it's going to be great.
He's so funny and awesome.
He's high energy, and he brings in the sort of youth aspect.
Yeah, I think the 3 of you are going to rock that podcast.
I think so. We'll see what happens. And then you're obviously invited and welcome to come on any damn time you want. You can come in halfway through and just start shouting.
That's exactly what I plan to do.
So that'll be fun. And then Game of Microphones, we actually decided we weren't ready to record last week, so we're going to record tomorrow. Yeah. So that'll be out sometime soon.
So you say.
If you want to write to us, you could probably write to us and get in time to get, as soon as you're hearing my voice right now, then go on the computer and start writing, and you might make it on time. But the email address for that is game@podcastica.com.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Mm-hmm. That's going to be fun. Yeah, I'm getting excited for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, me too.
There's a couple more announcements at the end of the podcast, so I didn't want to do like 10 announcements at the beginning. So listen to the end if you want to hear those. But now let's move along.
Attention shoppers. Deadcast Top 5 in 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, it's Deadcast Top 5 this week. It's our top 5 highlights for Season 5, Episode 16, Conquer.
So
what did you think?
I loved it. Yeah. I thought it was an amazing episode. I thought the writing, the direction, by the way, Greg Nicotero directed it. And
no way.
He did.
Oh my God.
I know, the guy's on a roll.
Just direct them all.
Yeah, he's great. The acting, the story, all spot on. Not a big conflict or giant cliffhanger like Terminus, but that's fine with me. I still loved it. I even gave it 4.9 out of 5 brains.
That's your highest.
It might be. Yeah, I loved it.
I liked it. I thought it was really exciting, and there was a lot of great things about it. One thing in particular, I really feel like Bear McCreary is just knocking it out of the park.
The music.
Yeah, when they hired him, he was coming off of, it might have been a couple of years later, but Battlestar Galactica, where he just came in and just knocked that one out of the park. And he's always seemed good, but not up to that level to me. I mean, occasionally he is, but I feel like recently he's really found his groove with the show. Yeah. Where the music, like it did with Lost, just elevates the show.
Yes.
You know, and he's getting close to that Giacchino level of where that's how you know that it's great music, when you think you think about it and think, man, this show wouldn't be as good without this music.
Yes.
I kind of feel like that. Anyway, but there were a couple things that brought it down for me that I'll talk about. I still liked it a lot. I gave it a 4.4.
Yeah, that's high.
So
not your highest.
Not my highest. So how can you? I'll do mine, but maybe I'll go first. But can you rank the season finales? So I'll do mine first, so you'll remember what they are.
First.
Okay. So my favorite is season 4. That's Terminus.
Terminus.
Just loved that. It was so exciting.
Yes.
And the cliffhanger. The second favorite, season 2, Storming the Barn. I think that's a great episode. I also have personal feelings about that since I was in it. But I think it was great. And then this one's my third, season 5. Season 3 is my fourth favorite. I was also in that, but I've come to my senses and realized it wasn't the best episode ever, but still better than season 1 CDC, which I continue to not like. So 4, 2, 5, 3, 1.
4, 2, 5, 3, 1. Okay, here's for me. Terminus was the best season finale ever, and all the other ones are sort of a distant 4 through 4 through 5.
Well, you seem to like this one a lot, though.
I really, really, really loved it. I loved it, but I thought that Terminus, and just in terms of looking at it as a season finale. Yeah, what else could be as good as Rick Grimes locked in a boxcar with that pulsating music, and he says, he looks back and says, they're fucking with the wrong people, or sorry, the edited version, they're screwing with the wrong people.
Yeah.
That's an amazing clip, and you think. They're
preceded by a really exciting episode.
Oh my God.
Too. Yeah.
It was so messed up and so great. It was fantastic. So that was definitely the best one in my opinion. Yeah, this one might be my second favorite. But I gotta say, I kind of liked this CDC one. And I think I like the CDC one just because I remember that was a Bob Dylan song that they left on. That I'm a sucker for a good song.
I like that part,
but
sure.
Then also strong was seeing people that I love as zombies in the season finale. That's pretty nice. So those rank pretty high too. So there you go.
So wait, let's see if we can get this. So 4, then 5, right?
Yeah, 4, 5, then 1, and then it's a tie
with 2 and 3. 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So the ones I was in are the worst.
The ones that you were in have special commendation.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's get into our top 5.
Let's do it.
You go first.
All right, first. Well, I'm going to say something pretty controversial. I didn't even think I was going to say it, but I'm going to go ahead.
About masturbation.
I'm going to say it. Yes. Masturbation's great. 2 thumbs up.
That's not controversial.
Way up. That's really not controversial. I'm going to stop talking about that.
What is it?
No, it's the fact that there's a minor character, 2 minor characters actually that died, but in terms of major characters, none of the people that I was bracing myself for.
Well, they pulled the old switcheroo on. I mean, they kept sort of hinting, is the word I'm looking for, that someone big was going to die.
Yes.
And they did that on purpose, which I don't know if that was such a great tactic because... I suspected that's what they were doing, but if I really was bracing myself for it and it didn't happen, in some ways people might be a little disappointed by that, but I guess people might be relieved. More people would probably be relieved by it.
I was relieved and I was dreading the entire episode. I braced myself this morning to watch it and I sort of steeled myself. I had my cup of coffee, thought, okay, I'm just going to watch it.
A lot of people were the same way. They're
I was
like,
not-
I can't think.
And I was
They're
not
so
even
worried.
stoked to watch it. It's the season
Yeah.
finale, and I was like, I looked at it like I was coming up to the gallows, and I'm like, okay. But I ended
Walking
up
the plank.
Yeah, I ended up loving it, and I'm really just glad because
Yeah.
I freaking love Daryl, and that's who I was afraid of. And I love Glenn, and I was afraid for him too.
You don't have to be afraid of Daryl dying unless he gets some big movie contract.
Everybody
or
was
something.
hinting at it.
No way.
I saw a
No
lot of
way.
hints.
I'm telling you that he's worth too much money and he has too many fans.
Yeah, he sure does.
Yeah, until there's some contractual reason, like it's his choice to leave the show.
Right, yeah.
I would say he won't leave, or it's the very end of the series, and maybe within the last few episodes towards the. That's, I mean, who knows? But
I feel
I never
much
take
more
it.
relaxed.
I never take it seriously when anyone thinks he's gonna die.
This whole day, I kind of was walking on a cloud because my fictional friends are still with me in my little universe in my head.
That's cool. I do appreciate that, they really do want to confound our expectations. And so they get us used to a certain pattern and sometimes,
Right.
and then they undermine it, which is great. And this year, there have been many main characters
Yes.
that died off, and then they have this great season finale that doesn't, and it still stands on its own merit. So I think that's awesome that
Yeah.
you don't need to have a major character death to have an impactful episode.
Right.
I don't even think in the season 4 finale, which we've said is our favorite, I don't remember if any of the main characters died in that one.
I don't think
either.
they do.
Yeah.
They're in peril,
Yeah,
but that's okay.
They're in peril. Okay, my number 5 is Morgan. Specifically to start that first scene, I loved it.
Yes.
Especially because the guy, much like Gareth, was super calm, but it was different because he had a gun pointed at Morgan, and you're sort of like, where do we stand here? And Morgan's the same way. Like, I'm not sure where I stand with this guy. He just said that, he enjoys talking by the fire or whatever. Like, I like this, sitting down to talk with somebody. This isn't what I usually get to do. I try to get to meet a lot of people, and then it slowly morphs into,
Something ugly.
Yeah, like we kind of make our way through camps. He said that in a way that made
Yeah.
it sound sinister. And then when Morgan has his powdered tea or whatever it is, and he's all, don't drink that. I'm going to take everything you have.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you were fucked.
is
And
not
then he
good.
reveals that, oh yeah, you're not going to make it out alive either.
Yep.
Just the way that whole scene played out was brilliant.
Brilliant. Lenny James, man.
He's good. He's good.
He's wonderful.
He also has the good fortune of just being in really good scenes. I almost feel bad for the guy because he's so far hasn't had that many scenes, and they've all been good. So that's something to live up to. And I think I would suspect he'll be part of the main cast now.
Yes.
So it can't live up to that quality. But he's just good too.
He
is just
really
good,
is.
yeah.
By the way, I heard him on Talking Dead. I did not know that
He's very English.
he
Yeah.
has an English accent, which is even better. That just made me so
Yeah.
happy. I like that he took
Super
the
cool.
lucky rabbit's foot, by the way. I thought that was great. And is he a badass ninja with that stick?
That was really cool. Like, sometimes I get a little critical that the show is starting to cater to people who want everyone to be a badass, but that was just so damn cool that I was like, yes. And when he'd get really still and there'd be people on either side,
Yeah.
and be like, you should probably just go, and they
Yeah.
don't. And I loved it.
How about now?
Totally
Yeah,
kung
right.
fu. Totally kung fu. So good. So I hope he is a regular next season. And, in Clear, his big episode, he was too far gone and Rick tried to bring him back. Now he seems to have his shit together, be calm, and he catches Rick in the act of going nutso and executing a guy.
By Deanna's request. I mean, maybe he
right.
saw it even before then. Maybe
He didn't have to twist his arm. Let's just put it that
He
way.
did not have to. Rick, can you do that? Sure, Deanna. Yeah.
Rick, could you get me a cup of tea? I was going to say.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, here. I'll
Yeah,
get it.
sorry.
So anyway, Morgan, awesome.
Yes, exactly. All right. So actually, Morgan was probably one of my favorite things on here too. By the way, why no bullets in the gun? Is that because they just didn't have them and so they used the gun to intimidate and the knife to kill?
I don't know. I don't think we know. I that's what I assumed.
Yeah.
It seems a little odd or off to me that everybody else seems to be able to get bullets, but these wolves who apparently cover much ground and have great ability ran out of ammo. Maybe they wasted it all somehow or something. So I don't know.
Guns are very motivating. Having a gun pointed at you, it's a rare person that's going to challenge you and be like, all right, sucker, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think if they did run out of ammo, that would still be a decent tactic.
Yes, absolutely.
But just it's weird to me that a group like that wouldn't have any ammo.
Right. Well, I don't know. Ammo's hard to come by at this point.
But it's not. Rick and them have plenty of ammo.
They have the magic ammo supply. You know that. We saw that at Herschel's farm. Oh, by the way, it's going to be interesting to see the setup here, obviously, is Rick's way, which is, very much somebody crosses you, kill him, man. Somebody does something bad, kill him. Versus Morgan's way, which is, as he stated, all life is precious.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that was, as Walking Dead often does, a very neat setup for conflict. But it was still interesting. Right. I found it really interesting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting next year. And I hope that they show us, maybe even do a couple flashbacks of Morgan's journey from being crazy and clear to where he is today. It'd be nice to see that.
Yeah,
we'll
I mean, I'm sure we'll at least get some story behind it, because
I hope so.
You would think, people are going to want to know what happened to you. Last time I saw you, you were just clearing everything off. Clear.
That's exactly right. Okay. I actually have my next one, which is Carol and Pete. I loved the scene. I think I talked to you about that last week. And they did a little flash of what was coming.
Scene from next week. Yeah.
And was she a boss or what in that scene?
Yeah.
She was unbelievable. I love that she's like, you play your cards right and you might not have to die. By the way, I want my dish back clean when you're done. I mean,
stick it to him.
Yeah, it was so great. I love that she says she could kill him now, but everyone would believe me and come at me. And he doesn't. And she's such a boss. I love how she's kind of nuts, but she's nuts in an awesome way. Totally.
Yeah, I love that scene too. And I thought that she had this whole experience with Ed, but now she's powerful. And so this is her way of kind of healing that inner child that wanted to do this to Ed. Yeah. That's not the exact right metaphor, but just like, she that could have very well been Ed.
Absolutely.
Fuck you, man. I'm a powerful person now.
And kind of sad that in a way he didn't come after her, because she would have killed him and then Reg would still be alive. I
mean, I actually think that if he'd come at her with the power that he's demonstrated, he could have easily overpowered her. She was so close to him that he could have just grabbed her wrist.
Yeah,
and then, maybe she would have smashed that casserole thing into his head. But,
which would be a great death.
I mean, it's nice to think that Carol's such a badass that she totally could have killed him. But, when I watched it the second time, I'm like, he could totally take her right now, but he's just really intimidated.
Right.
So I think it was more about the emotional dominance.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Which is, just as much of a victory for her if she can make a guy cower.
But in a way I was thinking, God, too bad Rick didn't take him out, too bad she didn't take him out. I feel bad because I really did like Reg. So while there was no major character's death, there was a minor character death, and I liked Reg. And Reg was too sweet for that guy. World. Mm-hmm.
I like that Pete dropped the casserole, because if he would have just meekly taken it to the kitchen and made a plate up or something, that would have been too pathetic. Yeah. He's like, God damn it, this is not my house. I don't know what that means, but
I don't think he's going to, and now he's certainly not going to return the dish.
But I guess that's what really set him off. to go and foolishly attack Rick in front of the whole town
Yes.
with a sword, you know?
Yes.
It's just like, enough is enough.
Yes. Exactly.
Did himself in.
He did. Jerk.
Okay, my number 4 is some of the reasons why this didn't get a higher score.
Oh, tell me.
Well, I was thinking about, like, what is it with Rick and the Alexandrians where they can't see eye to eye? And I don't think it's totally clear. Like, what is the point that he's making that he doesn't think they agree with? I mean, they want him there because he has been out there and knows how to handle himself better. That's why they brought him in. So if he's complaining that they don't see his way and don't understand, well, why doesn't he try to teach him? Like, I haven't seen him try to teach anything, you know, that they've said, no, we can't possibly do that. There's only 2 things. One is he wanted to, you know, separate Pete from Jesse and then potentially kill him if that didn't work. And Deanna resisted that. So that's one clear area of conflict. And then the other one, I think maybe they didn't like that you have to take the arms away. So maybe they want everybody to have weapons. But other than that, I mean, I think Rick could have just started saying, well, look, here's some ways that you can be safer rather than flip out and point your gun at everybody.
Yeah.
Like, he really fucked up by doing that.
Yes.
And, you know, a guy who is pointing a loaded gun at you and you're not easily going to say, okay, we need to definitely trust our lives to this guy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm trying to think, you know, I was trying to think, are there clear points that Rick has put forth that he doesn't think they would go with? And his speech from last week, he says, you still don't get it. None of you do. We know what needs to be done and we do it. We're the ones who live. You just sit and plan and hesitate. Which I don't know what he's talking about there. What did they plan or hesitate about? Somebody
doing anything about Pete? Maybe?
I guess so. I mean, is that all this is about?
Maybe
that's it. Yeah. You pretend like you know when you don't. You wish things weren't what they are. Well, you want to live. You want this place to stay standing. Your way of doing things is done. Well, what does he mean by that? What way? What of doing what? Things don't get better because you want them to. Starting now, we have to live in the real world. We have to control who lives here. Well, they have been controlling who lives there.
Yeah.
They exiled some people.
Yeah.
And they go and recruit and they watch people to make sure they're the right kind of people before they bring them in. He says, your way is going to destroy this place. It's going to get people killed. If you don't fight, you die. So that's where I feel like is a big flaw, is they're just trying to drum up conflict, but haven't shown us clearly where the disagreements are, aside from maybe killing Pete.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't really think that's all he's talking about, or maybe it is, but if so, it's kind of dumb.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with you there.
So
sometimes the writing is spot on and sometimes
it's a little vague here. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm sure some listeners will tell me what they think he's talking about. A couple other small things. The way that Pete accidentally killed Reg, it just looks stupid. Like,
yeah. In fact, I had to rewind and I watched it a couple of times. Like, what is going on there exactly? Yeah.
He pushed him away and just...
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I mean, it's like one thing that they've decided that all the zombies are made out of butter and you can just push a knife into their head, but now the people are too. I mean...
They're very delicate.
Yeah. People are very delicate on this show. So that just seemed a little ridiculous to me. And then finally, well, this isn't really a flaw, but I was kind of hoping to see more of the wolves, and they've been building up to it over the last several episodes, and but you know, on the other hand, now I'm like, well, I can't wait to see them next season.
Yeah,
and that's a good feeling to have.
That can be your cliffhanger. And since I don't really know anything about the wolves, well, not that I don't know anything, but I don't know much about them. I haven't read about them in the comics. I don't know what the arc is.
I don't remember. I seriously don't remember anything about them.
By the way, I cannot frickin' stand the wolves. They are bad. I mean, I don't know much about them, but what I do know about them, I don't like. They
have good taste in music.
They do.
That song is, I think it's called "Love and Mercy" by Brian Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is very ironic. I'll talk more about that later. Okay. But anyways, yeah. So do you want to talk about the wolves?
Yeah, this is probably a good time to talk about the wolves, giving actual wolves a bad name. Yeah, wolves freaking suck, man. They take what they want, and
they're kind of like the claimers.
But
they seem more formidable and a little more, I don't know,
crazy, batshit crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
They do like
cultish.
Who carves a letter into their head? and
crazy.
I mean, Charles Manson's followers, or maybe Charles Manson. I mean, they seem, and I don't understand their philosophy at all. That's how they survive in this world, huh? They just come and get what they want. And,
I hope they're like a cult. I can't wait to see more of them.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna.
Yeah.
That's next season coming up. That's really all I had to say about the wolves.
Yeah, I think they're a good. I really did love that scene with Morgan and that guy. And I think that was that guy's first TV appearance. I think I read that, by the way, and I thought he was really good.
Really?
Yeah.
It's his last one too.
Oh, did he die?
Oh, he didn't die. No, you're right.
I mean, maybe. No, he didn't.
He didn't die.
I don't think so. Yeah.
He's in the car.
He'll be back.
Lenny James said on The Talking Dead that he blasted the horn to see if there was any other Zeds in the area, and he was going to take out the Zeds who responded to the horn.
Is that why you did that?
That's what Lenny
he's
James
obsessed
said.
with clearing.
Yeah. Yeah, all life is precious, including guys who run around calling themselves wolves. Dummies.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, actually, this is a good seg. So, that song "Love and Mercy" leads me to my number 3, which is "Mercy," which I think was a theme in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they played that song. Some of the lyrics are "Love and mercy, that's what you need tonight. Love and mercy to you and your friends tonight." And then, right, like they cut that guy's throat.
Yeah.
Like they have no mercy
or
for
love.
anyone.
Right.
Right. But in this episode, Glenn shows mercy to Nicholas.
He does. Absolutely.
Right.
He had every reason, honestly, and I don't think people would have been disappointed if he had taken him out. But he did. He showed mercy.
Personally, I think that Nicholas deserved to die for sure. But there was a part of me that was like, they still won't let Glenn lose his humanity. And I'm kind of simultaneously happy and disappointed by that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have blamed him, but I would have felt bad, like, oh, there's that black mark on your soul that you haven't had yet.
Right.
He's a black mark virgin, soul
Yeah,
virgin.
he hasn't taken anybody out that... Has he?
Not that I can think
Maybe
of.
the people at Terminus. Did he kill anyone at Terminus?
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, maybe. But I mean, this is a little
This is
different
one
because,
mano a mano.
Yeah. Like when you're in a situation like that where it's kill or be killed, that's different than here where he actually had the choice to not do it and maybe still be okay. I mean, I guess I can't really remember, but we saw him almost kill him and then back away. And that was the last we saw of him in the episode, right?
Yep.
So we don't know what happened after that. But dude, that guy needs to go. I would kill him at this point. If anyone deserves to die of all Pete, everybody else, it's Nicholas. Because he's trying to kill Glenn, shooting him.
Stuck his finger in the bullet hole in his shoulder, and that was gross.
Yeah, man. I would fully support an execution at this point, I think, yes.
That's a brutal set you haven't seen.
And then what else? Glenn and Sasha and Maggie showed mercy to Father Gabriel. You could argue that Carol showed mercy to Pete because maybe she could have shoved that knife. I mean, I do think when she had the knife right at his throat, she could have just pushed it right up in there.
Remember, people are built like butter in this world.
Exactly. And then Morgan kind of he tried to show mercy. He told those guys, you need to get out of here. And they didn't listen.
Gave him ample warning and then didn't even kill him. Shoved him in the car and kept him safe.
Right.
Locked him in the car. They'll wake up and they'll be like, oh, dude got away. Let's go kill him.
But I thought it was interesting if Rick's point is actually that there should be no mercy for anyone who messes up like Pete did, then other people in his group that have showed mercy obviously don't fully agree with him. Like, Glenn doesn't agree with that. But then the big question becomes, well, what counts as a mess up?
Right.
Then you have to start making the rules. Would, for example, waving a loaded gun at several townspeople count as a reason to be executed? How about threatening a child, stealing guns from the armory?
Just saying.
Those kind of things.
Right. I'm telling you, it's a good thing Morgan came along.
Yeah, he's going to set it all straight.
That's right. All right, so my turn. Okay, Abraham and Eugene talking at Tara's bedside.
I knew you would say that one, so I don't even have anything about it anywhere in here.
Wow, I'm short. I
liked it though.
I love that whole trio of Rosita and Abraham and Eugene, and I love Abraham comes in and Rosita's like, he's sleeping, go ahead over there, and then she tips the chair over to wake him up. And so they have to talk. And apparently they haven't really buried the hatchet since that day.
Which we didn't know until this scene, but it was kind of a cool way to reveal it.
And Eugene is perfect Eugene again, speaking in his little Eugenisms. And it was wonderful. I could listen to that guy talk as Eugene all day long. So that's all I want to say about it. It was just a charming, charming scene.
It's so funny
about
because
forgiveness, too. And mercy.
He's nothing like that, Josh McDermott. He's more just like, hey, man, how's it going?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's like. Oh, yeah. He's not like Eugene at all. He's one. Oh, God,
if you haven't heard it, I interviewed him a few episodes back. Go check that one out. That was a good one.
I have a picture with him, and I'm beaming ear to flipping ear.
Since we're on Abraham, he had a great line when they were describing to the townspeople why they should allow Rick to stay.
Yeah.
He said, simply put, there's a vast ocean of shit that you people don't know shit about. Rick knows every fine grain of said shit and then some. Like, I guess shit has fine grains. I don't know.
Well said, Abraham. That's a pretty graphic description and accurate. But you know what? Abraham, like I said before, Abraham and Eugene both showed mercy towards each other too, and forgiveness. Because
and I think that was it. They're fine now.
Yeah,
I think they're past it.
Yeah. And did you see at the end, Tara opened her eyes? Not at the end of their little conversation, but a little bit later on. That was lovely too.
Yep, it's good to see that she's back. Yeah, they showed some of the more tender aspects. They showed, I think, Carl with Judith at one point to kind of show what needs to be protected.
Yes.
Although Carl is pretty badass, but anyway.
We showed a little ballet dancer box. Sweet.
All right, my turn. My number 2 is Father Gabriel, who, sometimes he seems flip-floppy or inconsistent, but I really think that he's just he feels so much guilt and judgment, which are two sides of the same coin. And I think a lot of times the most judgmental people are the most hard on themselves.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from him. But I still feel it seems like they aren't sure what to do with him, or I'm wondering, like, what is this all going to add up to? But on the other side, like, what I love about him is he's becoming the character that's really fun to hate on. Yeah. Like when Aiden's friend, I forgot his name, said, "Oh, can I talk to you?" Because he looked like, he wanted to consult with someone from the clergy.
Yes.
And I thought, oh, maybe this will be where things start to turn around. And then he fucks up and leaves the door open right then. And I'm like, nope, still a loser, idiots.
Dummy. Thanks,
who's
dummy.
Going to get people killed. And,
I thought there was going to be much worse than it ended up being.
Yeah. It was kind of funny that Rick just comes in and throws the zombie down like that's going to explain something.
Right.
Like, are you bringing zombies in to throw them down? Is that supposed to help your case somehow? Then finally he's like, I didn't bring this in here. So
right. I found it.
And then as far as Gabriel, one more thing, I wasn't sure what he was accusing Sasha of exactly. He said Bob was mutilated, consumed because of your sins, and so maybe that's just more of a like, I don't like the way you are, and so God probably doesn't either, and so he did that to Bob. But what does he mean exactly? And then he says, the choices you made, how you sacrificed your own. And I'm like, I don't know what he means there. How did she sacrifice her own? The only thing I remember that she did was help chop up the Terminus people. Yeah. Which was not her own. So
no,
I don't know.
Huh. I think he wasn't there for that anyway.
Yeah, well, he was at the church.
He was at the church, but he wasn't at Terminus.
No, I mean when the Terminus people
the Terminus people came back, right? Yeah, maybe that's what he means.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
He's
Looney Tunes.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, they should just kill that guy. But I think it's good for a show to have people like Nicholas and Gabriel to hate on.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. You need the people to direct your ire.
Like I always liked when I had several roommates and there was one that none of us liked, so we could all get together and talk crap about them.
Isn't that awful? I swear to God.
It is awful.
But I did that too. Back in college, there was a guy who he was awful. He painted pictures, and he had his pictures and he painted, and this is an awful thing. You should cut this out of the podcast.
Yeah,
it makes me sound
might
terrible.
Listen, but
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
There was one, I'm not going to go into details about mine, but I'll say that it wasn't too bad. We were all sort of friends, but he was definitely the guy he was like a mooch and all this stuff. But once we all moved out, then we all became really good friends. But we couldn't be friends while we were roommates. So maybe if they kick Gabriel out,
then they can be his friend. Yeah, that'll work in the zombie apocalypse. Oh my God, I sound like an awful person.
You're just human. It's okay. You're allowed.
Judgy. All right, my next one. Daryl and Aaron in a car surrounded by zombies.
Daryl and Aaron
sitting in a car.
Talking
Talking.
Talking. SMOKING.
Yeah, actually, he was smoking. As soon as I finish my smoke, I'm going to go out. I'm going to go out like a boss. I love that. And I love that Morgan came and saved the day. Daryl tried to be a hero, and Aaron said, nope, that's not how we're going to do it. I'm going to go out with you, and we're going to do this together because he's
like
great.
Thelma and Louise. I dug Daryl being so stoic about it. Like, well, this is it. I mean, because I kind of got the idea that he's sort of like, I'm probably going to die here. I'm going to have my last cigarette and give it my best shot. But if that's it, that's it.
That's it.
And, I'm critical of Daryl sometimes because he's too cool for school. And this is like way too cool for school, but I still really dug it.
Yes.
I got a hit of, okay, I see why people like Daryl.
Oh, he's so great. Did you love him taking out by the way, this is, I had a tie for my zombie kill of the week. One of the ones that tied for first place was Daryl taking out 3 Zeds at one with a chain. Oh, it's
Butterheads.
So great. That was very like the Fonz, wasn't it?
It was great. I felt like a few things in this episode, 2 things at once. Like that was badass and fun to watch. And man, I wish the zombies weren't so easy to kill like that. Because
they're not. He's just really good at it now.
If you took a chain and whipped it at someone's head, their head's not going to fly off.
They show people being inept. And by the way, my second first place tie for zombie kill of the week is Rick squeezing the Zed.
The throat, yeah.
So they're not that easy to kill. I mean, not always. I just think
try
Daniel's
that to
really
me and
good
see
at that.
if it kills me.
And then have your blood spit like in The Simpsons when
Still
Homer.
Alive.
Yeah, you
here,
are.
I'm going to play. I like the zombie sound that was made during
Let's
that
hear
scene.
it.
Here it is. As Rick's hand goes further and further up, it changed the quality a little bit. I bet that was Greg Nicotero doing that. How was he doing it? He was choking himself.
Well, that might be our new zombie sound.
And then that scene was cut, and then when they came back to him, he was still doing it.
He was still doing it, man.
Zombie spit blood all over his face.
And it sort of exploded in a big liquidy mess. Mm-hmm. It's a good thing you can't be infected by getting zombie goo in your orify.
Anywhere, on your...
Yeah, so that was my dual Zed kill of the week.
You know what? This is the first time I really clearly had the thought it was actually pretty smart of them not to say that if you got zombie blood in your eyes or somewhere that it would affect you, because then they couldn't have great scenes like this. And I'm sure that's probably what they were thinking,
Yeah,
we want to show blood spattering all over everywhere, so we're not going to say that would turn you.
Because although I doubt they could have predicted something like that.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know.
That was Greg Nicotero having a good time.
Very cool. Okay, so my number one is other stuff about Carol. All of Rick's people are there confronting him when he wakes up, and she's like, well, how'd you get that gun? Even though she's the one that got it for him. So she's being her duplicitous self, even around her friends.
Yes.
So it's like layer upon layer of deceit, which made me think back to when she killed Karen and David and then went to the core team meeting, council meeting, and was like, I don't know what happened. We have to find this out.
Yeah.
She's good at being deceitful.
You know what, though? She doesn't lie to Rick.
As far as we know. I mean,
do you remember,
if I was Rick, I would not trust her.
Do you remember back at the prison and he said, Carol, did you kill Karen and David? And she's like, yep.
That's true, huh?
Yep, I did. She's pretty straight on with him. Although she did hide something. She hid the knife
that
school.
She was teaching all the kids how to kill. Yeah, that's true.
The master,
little thing.
The knife masterclass.
Yeah, I wouldn't. After something like that, when I see somebody do something like that, then I'm like, okay, I can't really trust that person anymore. Or I got to watch myself around that person, which is fine. I mean, like I say, fun to watch. And also, I mean, one thing I complain about with Daryl is I think he's too perfect, and I want flawed characters. And I think Carol is exactly the kind of thing that I'm talking about. And Rick right now, too.
Carol is wonderful and nuanced.
Yeah.
She is a fun person, a fun character to watch because she's complicated. She's not predictable.
Right.
And
she's downright fucked up sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really fun to watch.
It is. Agreed.
So Carol thought that Rick wanted to take the place no matter what, that he's sort of trying to maybe convince himself that there's some conditions, but deep down he wants it because she said, you said you don't want to take this place and you don't want to lie. Oh, sunshine, you don't get both. Do you think she's right about that? That deep down he really wants to take over?
No, she's not right.
I think she's right.
I don't know.
But I don't know. Or maybe it's not clear to him.
You don't want to leave this place and you don't want to lie. Oh, sunshine, you don't get both.
You want to take this place,
You want to take this place and you don't want to lie. So
she's saying that that's a lie, that he said, I don't want to take this place.
Yeah, it's weird.
So I think she thinks that he really just wants to figure out a way to take it. And maybe he hasn't fully come to terms with that. But he didn't disagree with her. He just kind of pouted.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true too.
So anyway, that's all I had to say about Carol.
And actually, I think we talked about all mine. So let's go to nope.
Well, okay. We never saw one scene of Pete being a doctor. And I think that was probably so we wouldn't have any sympathy for him.
Yeah.
But I think that's a mistake. Like we say, we like these gray characters. And I think it would have been good to at least see him taking care of Tara a little bit.
She woke up, so he must have done something right.
Exactly.
Or unless she miraculously got better on her own.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he passed on some of his doctor learning.
I think they said something about Rosita patching up Rick. Maybe she's the one who bandaged him up or something. So maybe she'll, I don't know, help with that kind of stuff.
Maybe they've got
she's no surgeon.
A Merc manual, or they've got something. You think about the institutional knowledge that's lost when you lose people who are, there's not that many people around. I mean, if they're not, that are not, Zeds.
I mean, also think about what we don't know because we're so specialized now in our society. Like there was this the Hitchhiker's Guide books. I think in one of them the main character goes back to caveman times and gets stuck there and he can't do it. They're like, oh, someone from the future, you can teach us. And the only thing he can teach them that they're amazed by is how to make a sandwich. Otherwise he really can't help at all. So that's how I'd be in the zombie apocalypse. I can do a podcast.
Jason makes sandwich. Yum.
I liked when Daryl tapped on the fence to call the zombies over because they decided they were going to go into the food place.
The food
and then
place.
it just cut to the last one dropping on the ground.
Yes, I like that too.
It's like a shorthand.
You didn't even need to see them take it down.
If we would have seen that scene in like season 1, we'd be like, what the hell happened? But now we're like, we know what happened.
We know what happened.
I felt claustrophobic watching Daryl and Aaron in the car with the zombies all around. I was like, dude, I'm claustrophobic now. I wouldn't be able to handle that shit.
I also have to say that Norman Reedus on The Talking Dead said that it was unbelievably loud because they were all like, and Greg Nicotero kept saying louder, louder, and he's like, it's really cold in the car, and they're very loud, banging on the.
Oh, poor Norman. No, Norman's not quite as a cool cat as Daryl is. It's too loud. It's too cold. Now give me my $400,000 for this episode. I don't know how much I get paid. Aaron said we go for the fence together, as you mentioned. Yeah. And I thought Shane wouldn't have done that.
No.
He would have pushed Daryl right out of that car and shot him in the knee. I guess Rick did not already have a gun. You know, we kept thinking that he now had 2, or at least that's what I thought. But I think he just had a holster or something that looked like a gun.
Right.
Reg says to, I think, Maggie, the cavemen were all nomads and they all died. Then we evolved into this and we lived. How does that make sense?
Because when you... Well, you're stuck on the cave part because that threw me too. I think what he meant was once we built a community, then we thrived. But it wasn't until we started building communities that we
if he meant that,
thrived.
he should have said it.
Yes, he should have said that.
They all died, but... Well, yeah, they had
and then they involved
kids,
us.
And then they kept on having kids, and just like we will. You know what I mean?
I know.
We're all going to die too.
Totally understand.
Yeah, he's a teacher. I don't know if he's a teacher.
He's not. He was a.
He was a
architect.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
Builder.
Right.
The zombies with no lips in the pit that Sasha laid down in. They looked like Charlie Adlard zombies until they're pulling from the comic. He does that a lot. Exposed teeth.
Yeah, with the mouth basically ripped off.
I was wondering again, 3 or 4 years out or however far we are, would there be trailers filled with canned food? You know, I always think people would have looted all that stuff, which there weren't, but Aaron thought they might be filled with food. But then I thought, well, you know what? If the zombie apocalypse really all happened within the space of 2 weeks, then there would be a ton of supplies everywhere, probably, because people died off too quick to use it up.
They died off quickly. And after people turn, they don't want canned food. They want fresh food. Flesh.
We'll get confirmation on how long the zombie apocalypse took to go down in Fear the Walking Dead.
Did you see the commercial for Fear the Walking Dead, by the way?
Yeah, I'm going to play the audio for it in the news section, but I did see it, yeah.
Methinks it happened fast.
Yeah. Well, we know that Rick was in a coma for only 2 weeks while it was all happening. So I think we know that. Anyway, what else? I thought when Rick was going around killing zombies at night while the people were safely inside, it was like he was Alexandria's Batman going around patrolling and keeping everyone safe. I liked that Michonne confirmed that to Rick that she hit him to save him and it wasn't for the Alexandrians, which was one possibility that we thought.
Yes.
To save him from himself.
I didn't, I wasn't protecting them from you. I was protecting you from you.
I like the Bob flashback voiceover. Mm-hmm. He said, you're going to find yourself in a place where it's like how it used to be. You let too much go along the way. That's not going to work.
Yeah, that's right.
And I also like the conversation between... this is a 90-minute episode, guys. Give me a break. I got a lot of stuff to say. But between Michonne and Rick... I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the listeners who are going, why don't he shut up?
Just for the record, I didn't have a look on my face. I was just sitting here quietly listening.
That's my own inner voice that I'm talking to. Judgmental voice. Michonne and Rick, they have chemistry, I feel like. It's not romantic, but I think it could easily get tipped in that direction if the showrunners wanted to take it that way, and it would work really well. You know, personally, I like that idea better than him with Jesse because I just don't think they have it like Rick and Michonne do, but
Michonne's got his back. It was so nice. when she gave him the gun back, and she just tells him, straight up, I'm with you. I'm always with you. And it's so nice.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
Yeah,
and I know it's nice to think that kind of thing doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. I totally agree with that. But if we're just speculating about who would make a good couple, I think they
speculating.
Would.
Yep.
When Michonne tells the Alexandrians about Rick, she says, "Who he is who you're going to be if you're lucky." Yeah. I'm like, he's a little unstable, really. Like,
well, who he is on a good day.
Yeah. Okay. If she would have put it that way, I'd be right behind her on that. Like Morgan, he's been out in it, and he seems to be pretty together.
He's very zen at this moment.
It's not a given that you need to be a crazy guy who waves guns around at people, at your friends.
There's a lot of different ways to be people.
And Rick says, "I was thinking, how many of you am I going to have to kill to save your lives?" Inspiring? Does that build trust? But I changed my mind, so it's okay.
How many of you do I have to kill to save you? Wow. Yeah, that's a motto.
And then that's it. Let's go to listener responses.
Okay, let's do it. The first one comes from Doug Randolph, who writes, "Did anyone else notice the shot-for-shot copy of the first Resident Evil zombie? Amazing."
There's a famous zombie scene where the first zombie you see in Resident Evil is chomping down, and then it turns its head like this. And that was just like what happened with Father Gabriel when he went outside and said, "I'm ready, take me." And the zombie looked kind of like that too.
You can hear the zombie eating, which is gross. Nobody likes to hear eating noises. Right, exactly.
Especially when it's flesh. But either way. Jamie Dimmick says, "Michonne and Morgan need to create the most badass babies of all time." There's another possible couple. I mean, he's kind of like a male Michonne at this point.
I don't think you breed in weapon skills, though. I really think that's just training. People training.
Oh, no. But people who have the same hobbies can get along well.
Yes. Cat Craft writes, "I am very happy The Walking Dead didn't fall into the we have to kill a major character trap. With the best writing, directing, terrific characters, and outstanding actors means it is not necessary and would have been a cop-out, in my opinion."
Totally. Stephanie Horn Alfaro says 4.75 clean casserole dishes.
It's a great reading system. Ned Rogers said, "Loved it. Morgan walking in like Rick Grimes will be the founding father of our new civilization." Wait, what the fuck? What's he doing?
Rick? Eileen Messler says, "I was so afraid of Glenn was going to die in the finale. I was preparing myself for it. My whole body was trembling during the Nicholas scene. And at the end, I was so relieved Glenn didn't shoot him. He retained his Glenness even after Nicholas tried to kill him. Damn, I love Glenn."
And stuck his fingers in his bullet wound. Yeah. That was gross. Adrian Montagnier? Adrian Montagnier writes, "How the hell did Glenn get away from the zombie pileup while on his back and shot?" Because he's Glenn.
Did you? Yeah, that was kind of another bit of something I didn't like.
The suspension of disbelief.
Well, they cut away as he was shot and 2 zombies were right on him. And then when they came back, he was free. And that's a stylistic choice, but for me, it was like, that's such a precarious position that I want to see how he gets out of it. I don't just take it for granted that Glenn can always escape something like that.
Flashback?
They won't show it.
Maybe they'll have him sitting around a campfire talking about how he did it.
He's like, "I found a new trick."
It goes like, and then they cut away.
You just do this one simple thing, cut.
Turns out they have a weakness. And
they just start cutting every time. Do that thing. And it's the big mystery. See, that's something Lost would do. No, I'm just kidding. Lost wouldn't do that. All right. Go. Next thing. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Jordy Coma says, "Carol's good at playing the game better than Rick. Maybe you could have a sub-podcast about Carol called Game of Casseroles."
I wonder if that was a casserole. Yeah, I guess it was a casserole. Jose Estrada writes, "Looking forward to the crossover show with Chris and Jason."
Oh, yeah, that's coming up. Listen to the end and I'll tell you when.
Great.
Meg Mert said, "I just love how Abraham and Eugene gave the most awkward apologies ever."
Adrian Montagnier.
Oh, same guy.
Yeah, right.